during the first phase, which is more dynamic, energizing yoga, I more use oil that help to energize and boost hormones balance. Like I love frankincense.
Okay, I'm
This is
taking
what
notes.
I
Okay,
love.
hormone balance, frankincense.
And the best recommendation I give to myself and to others is to be open to change direction, to find a new way. This is not a limit. It's a changing and adaptation.
I love that. Changing and adaptation. That's
as a yoga teaches us.
Yeah, it's very true.
When I say I would like to spread the word of yoga and offer the yoga to the world, to the modern society, is what I'm doing with my events. Definitely, yeah.
Amazing. So welcome to today's community chat. Today we're here with Rosella. So just for those watching at home, as a reminder, the community chats are really a chance for teachers to share their experience, their knowledge, for future yoga teachers, for existing yoga teachers as well, but also just to talk in general about things that are going on for you, for your studio, and have a lovely chat, basically. So on that note, perhaps, Rosella, if you want to introduce yourself a little bit, you're more than welcome to.
Yes. Hello, thanks for having me in this chat. I'm Rossella, Italian, based in London since 11 years, almost, yes. I'm a yoga teacher and events and retreat organizer. I'm a mom of two, 5 years old and 8 months old. And so, yeah. Yoga is my career, main job since 4 years. I used to teach yoga, keeping a side job until 5 years, and then now it's all about me.
Amazing. So could I ask, do you own the yoga studio? I think it's Rosella sorry for the pronunciation, Forastiero
Yes.
Yoga and Retreats. Is that correct?
Correct, yes.
Is that your own studio then, I presume?
No, I do not own my yoga studio. I rent a venue, the same one. So it looks like it's my studio, is always the same one since years. But also I run events locally and in central London. I'm in zone 5 of London, so a little bit out. So yeah, I don't own studio for now.
For now, who knows what will happen. Fantastic, wonderful. So obviously you mentioned before we get started into events a little bit more. So you're a mama of 2 children. Congratulations for the recent birth of 8 months ago of your little baby. I'm curious because me myself, I practice yoga. I want to get into teaching yoga more and more as I progress. And one thing that preoccupies me obviously quite a bit is the physical aspect. I think as for anybody, when you want to do a job which is physical, you're always thinking, okay, I need to be in top shape. I need to eat well, sleep well. How do you manage that as a new mom, would you say?
Well, how yoga teaches us is all about adaptation. We teach to others that yoga is for everyone. It's really for everyone because it's adaptable to people, bodies, conditions, health conditions, but also kind of lifestyle or certain period of the time, difficult or stressful or, things that happen in life. Same as a mom, of course, something has changed since when I become a yoga teacher, and still is in continuously changing. 1 month ago, I wouldn't be able to do things I can do now. So the best recommendation I give to myself and to others is to be open to change direction
Mm-hmm.
to find a new way. This
Mm.
is not a limit, it's a changing and adaptation.
I love that. Changing and adaptation. That's
As a yoga
yeah.
teaches us.
Yeah, it's very true. I must say, I'm learning that myself a little bit at the moment, just to be a little bit more or less resistant to what your body can and cannot do, and just accepting of it's not limitations, I wouldn't even say. It's just a new things happening, whether it's in your body, in your life. It's constantly evolving. And I think with yoga and teaching yoga, it's the same. And with your students as well, with yogis, you know, they might be going through something at some point in their life. So they have different expectations in the classes with you as well. So that's really
Exactly.
interesting. And would
Yeah,
you
and
say,
this that helped me. Sorry if I interrupted you. Is I found a new improvement in my teaching because since when I came back from maternity leave, which was 3 months past my maternity leave,
wow.
my body wasn't ready to teach uh, power, strong yoga,
Mm-hmm.
but my teaching improved a lot, demonstrating less. I used to demonstrate a lot because I enjoy demonstrate and teach, but I found sometimes for some flows difficult to just talk and give instructions.
Mm-hmm.
But this helped me to improve this side of the teaching. So
You mean, so would you say that the queuing has improved or
the
just that
queuing, yes,
the queuing?
the queuing is
Interesting.
that with
Wow.
less demonstration. So
Maybe something in you has slowed down perhaps, or that desire of, I don't know, to communicate, because I think queuing really requires clarity, patience, taking the time to really express, as opposed to obviously if you want to be fiery and demonstrate and stuff, it is the same. But queuing is really much harder, I think, than it seems as well. So that's really interesting. Wow, fantastic, amazing. And do you feel more inclined, out of curiosity, to do you do pregnancy yoga, or is that something
yes, I do.
before as well, or only since you became
Yes,
before as
yeah.
well? Okay, amazing. Do you feel that your teaching has changed since you became a mom?
Well, I qualified in prenatal yoga after the first baby.
Okay.
So in my first pregnancy, I didn't practice prenatal yoga. I just slowed down with my practice, and I qualified after the first pregnancy.
Mm-hmm.
So I practiced during my second one, which
Mm-hmm.
really helped me during the practice and the labor and
Mm-hmm.
etc.
Mm-hmm.
And now still teaching I'm still teaching prenatal yoga, and no, definitely not change because uh, I think a professional teacher, a good teacher, is able to adapt to any kind of body and life situation, even if you never had kids.
Mm-hmm.
Because usually there is a myth, oh, if you're not mom, you can't understand. That's not true. Because
Okay.
I'm now practicing, I'm not pregnant, of
Mm.
course, I can do things completely different from pregnant women and I
Yeah.
still do it. So,
Yeah. Oh, that's
yeah, nothing
interesting.
changed.
Okay. Yeah, there is this belief, even I think in myself, this feeling like, but if you don't know what it's like, the body changes that you go through, are you really able to represent that community? But if you believe that you can, then that's really really interesting. Although perhaps, as you say, you did it during after your first birth, sorry.
Yeah.
Perhaps it's more for people who've experienced something. They tend to want to orient their teaching then towards that. For example, trauma oriented, not always, of course, but those who tend to have something that they want to share, sometimes they have their own experiences related to that, perhaps.
Yeah, it depends on what kind of teaching you want offer.
Mm-hmm.
There are two types of teaching. You can teach physical prenatal yoga teacher. So you learn how to teach, you learn poses, what avoid, what to teach, because mom, you or any teacher is not mom, maybe just can teach this side of yoga. Me, as a mom of two, I can go deeper in Labor Day, hormones, because I know what I mean, but what I got is different from others as well. So there are so many things that I don't know because I didn't get them, because my pregnancy was completely different from another one. So anyone can teach, of course, needs to qualify in prenatal yoga teacher. Anyone can teach it, but can choose the more physical adaptation to the pregnancy. If you are a mom, you have experience, you can go more deeper in hormones, again, labor and inner deep things that happens during pregnancy.
Okay, interesting. Thank you so much for obviously going into that. I really appreciate it. But moving now towards just obviously your overall yoga teaching as well. I had a little bit of a look. So we're talking about events here today. So for those watching, events it can be workshops, it can be retreats, it can be ceremonies. It's quite open, I would say, to choosing what is most suited to your studio. But I did have a look at yours because I was curious what you were using the tool for. And I was really intrigued because I saw there was some diversity. I think that you do kids yoga, if I'm not mistaken, or I saw something with kids.
I just do holiday camps, no regular classes, just holiday camps.
All right. And I saw you also do, I think it was a candle light and sound bath. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that, perhaps?
Yeah. So events I organize are, I can say, an extension of my yoga classes, are an experience, and are a mini retreat open to everyone, are different, much more than a yoga class, because we do yoga, of course, but also we do experiences.
Yeah.
Can be different. I used to do yoga with live DJ with a specific music. I used to do yoga and art. After the yoga, we practice a yoga class, stimulated creativity and self-exploration. And then after the yogis got a canvas with paint, that they paint everything, came out from their minds, from themselves. The last one, which is on 20th of April, is about candlelight yoga, plus aromatherapy and sound bath, plus a detox dinner.
Wow.
So with this event, I really want to involve people people that are in my yoga community or practice yoga, but also people they never heard or done yoga, and I got it. In fact, in my events, people come without expectation, with the expectation or a well-being time. In fact, I call my event yoga and wellness event. So, and from there, some people just come to this event, even without practice yoga after, because they love this kind of mini retreat. Someone else discovered about yoga and start to practice yoga from that event.
Wow.
So
That's
it's something more open. When I say I would like to spread the word of yoga and offer the yoga to the world, to the modern society, is what I'm doing with my events. Definitely, yeah.
Amazing. I'm curious, how do you juggle, because you had aromatherapy, you had the candlelight yoga aspect, there was, remind me what the final one was. It was a sound bath as well. I take it there are multiple people, or are you doing all of that on your own?
The first one, a couple of friends helped me. One is expert in events management, just give me some tips and help. But this one, the last two, I manage all about me. Of course, I'm running events since 2 years. I stopped for a while during my maternity leave, so now I'm more into the organization, the planning, and I can say it's more easy, but I mean, it's not easy, but there is a flow with events organization already.
Okay.
What happened? There are multiple experiences, but I managed to do candlelight yoga always. So when you come to the venue, you find only the candlelight.
Oh.
And then aromatherapy during the yoga practice. Also, just a quick mentioning, I launched my aromatherapy brand. So actually, it's not aromatherapy, it's self-care brand. So
Okay.
this is also how I use them in the class and create this aroma environment. And sound bath, it can be played with sound, or inviting a professional sound bath. Because the community, my community, is new to sound bath, for this one, I decided to play because not anyone likes at the first time. So I would test it at the end of the class and see how it goes. And then the next time already I'm in contact with a professional that come to play. And then there is a detox dinner because the venue I hire as a beautiful yoga space upstairs and downstairs is a vegan Indian restaurant. So dinner is optional. I love to create networking during my events because London is a huge town and lots of people are alone, needs to make more friends, or simply know people with same goal of wellness and well-being.
Wow, it sounds like a dream. I'm just picturing walking into the room and the candles and for the aromatherapy, because I think not everybody knows how it works. What I picture, because this is what I do, is I have essential oils and I'll just smell them or like roll them on my forehead. But I presume that's not what you do, or I don't know actually. Could you explain a little bit if that's okay?
Yes, about aromatherapy, I diffuse oil during the class. It depends which practice is. During the first phase, which is more dynamic, energizing yoga, I more use oil that help to energize and boost hormones balance. Like I love frankincense.
Okay, I'm taking notes.
I
Okay, hormone balance, frankincense.
And in the second part, which is more restorative yin yoga, I change the balance of oil. So I reduce the frankincense, which is still diffusing, but I go up with lavender.
The lavender.
So the aroma change, and before the meditation, I give them a roll-on so they can, if someone doesn't want, of course, it's free to avoid aromatherapy. So I give them the roll-on so they can put a few in the palms, temples, and smell, and then lie down and meditate.
Ooh, I want to come to your next one. That sounds incredible. Also with the Indian food at the end, delicious, all that you want after a yoga class. It sounds incredible. For the sound bath, I'm really impressed because I presume that you take a class, or how did you learn how to do that? Even the most basic things, I've tried, and to get that sound, is much harder than it looks. Yeah. How did you deal?
Yeah, I practice sound bath when I need. So it all comes from my experience first. And then without putting too much only about myself, I testing in the communities before to run an event to understand if they like or no, if they like or not. So yeah, I use tracks, simple tracks, because it's the first time. So keep it simple. I prepare the community before, because
Okay.
I imagine when I went the first time, it was a long one, actually, gong and sound bath, 1 hour, so intense and advanced. I can say halfway I didn't get a so good experience, because it was the
Okay.
first time. It was
Yeah.
too much for me.
Mm.
So and I wasn't prepared,
Okay.
honest. I
Okay.
can
I
say
like
I
your
just went
honesty.
there. So yeah, so I prepare them what happens, what is sound bath, vibration and stuff. So they not scared about expectation and new things. So they soon can relax and just enjoy. It can be 15, maximum 20 minutes for now,
Okay.
because it's the first time at the events.
Yeah, because like you said as well, if you're quite sensitive to sound, which some people are, then you have to not do it for too long or too intense. Like you say with the gong, that can be quite an intense experience, I would say. So, but yeah, your event sounds incredible. Do you think you're going to do more of these as the year progresses? How do you choose the frequency of events?
Well, the plan is to run one a month.
Okay.
Of course, because the pregnancy, I stopped them for a while, and now I'm back with events. I just ran one in March, and the second one is in April. So the plan is do the last one until May, and then stop during summertime, because I noticed in my community lots of holidays mostly are from abroad, and then with remote working they spend long time abroad. So back from September, the plan is September to May, run events at least once a month in central London and once a month locally where I live. So yeah, a couple of a month, maybe I can say, per community. There are two different communities.
Is that manageable alongside teaching classes, or is that quite intense for you and organizational wise? Obviously, you said you had your event planner friend, but still, is that okay?
Mm, well, it's an intense time when I run events, but I understood that I dream big when I think about events. So, but now in this period of my time with a baby, just come back, I do everything I can realistic. It is something that is realistic, manageable.
Yeah, I understand that.
Of course, it remains intense because there is a lot of promotions and management behind. But I noticed from the first one, which was in March after I stopped them, to the second one has been most fluid. So maybe, I hope,
Yeah,
the other one will be still intense, but less stressful. So I'm
yeah.
happy with an intense time. That I wish it would be less stressful.
Yeah, and you're holding space for like how many people would you say are in each community?
The local community where I run regular weekly classes is a community of regular 60, 70 people
That's a
weekly.
lot
I
of
run two
people.
classes weekly,
Yeah, because you're
plus
helping
me.
them essentially, to do well and to be well and holding space for their emotions while having a little baby as well. So I can imagine that self-care really has to be a priority in your free time as well. Oh, absolutely. But yeah,
Yeah,
kudos to you as well for doing that. It's incredible.
thank you. Thanks.
Of course. Amazing. I have one question more Momo yoga related, but just what could we do better for you? What is something that you're missing or something that you think, this would maybe help you with events, for example, something like that?
Mm. So the events future, amazing. Yeah, it's something that made me less stressful because before the events future, I used to do to another place.
Okay.
So I keep everything in one place. So thanks so much for
Of
this.
course. Thank you.
And I found I love Momoyoga because I found the simplicity, really. Because we are yoga teacher, we wish to live in a world of teaching yoga only, but behind there is a lot of admin. So,
Hmm.
and find a software which is simple is a dream.
Amazing. That's so nice to hear.
Yeah, if you ask me about something technical that I would like to ask is just one thing,
Yeah.
is to allow people that book events to buy uh, to adjust the quantity of the event. So one person can buy two or three. I didn't think about that, but it happened that
Mm.
someone wants to buy a present. So
Yes.
he say, okay, so, which is, I'm not sure if it's something that is helpful because I thought, yeah, if she buy two tickets, I didn't get details of the other person.
Indeed, that's true. Yeah. So allergies,
So,
anything like that for the dinner, for example.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Mm.
name, surname, and email.
Mm.
So I think I did quantity okay, but it should be Momo Yoga should be able to keep name, surname, and detail from the other person
Mhm.
is coming.
Okay. I mean, it's not the first time that we've heard that. I'm not going to lie.
Ah,
I'm sure that people do want to be able to have that, even for classes, obviously. You can add a yogi multiple times, but I think when it comes to events, there is this thing of there's maybe more chance of coming with your friend, with a family member, wanting to invite them, like you say, for a gift or something. So I totally understand. I watch this space. I can't say if it will. We always strive to do what yoga teachers and studios want to have. So of course, it's in discussion, and then we'll just have to play it by ear and see if it's possible. But yeah, I've taken notes with my essential oil notes as well. And let's see what happens. But thank you.
yeah, thanks. I'm sure you do as in the past when I ask something has been done. So, so
Wonderful.
glad to be part of this.
We're glad to have you. Thank you so much. Rosella, I think we've kind of covered many things already, but I just wanted to say thank you so much for your time, for your openness. I could pick your brain for ages. We can also link to the aromatherapy that you're doing so that people can discover that as well underneath the video. And yeah, good luck with your upcoming April event. I hope it goes really well. I wish
It's
I could
sold
come.
out.
Oh,
Yay!
amazing. Congratulations. That's
Thank
fantastic.
you.
Wonderful. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much.
And you too. Thanks for having me.
Of course.
Great job, Dad.
Thank you.